So hello, I'm Ken Kinter, and welcome to day 36 of my journey through leukemia. As you can guess, I'm back in. As mentioned before, this was a scheduled admission for 4 days, Monday to Thursday, specifically for the purposes of giving me chemo treatment 1B, which consists of two specific medications whose names I'm going to forget and already have forgotten. And you have to be in the hospital because they can't release you until your level for the one medication comes down. I'll have the details for that tomorrow. I apologize for not having that together today. So got here this morning at 9 after a lovely weekend. Was up on the unit by 11. I'm actually on the same unit I was on before, not the same day admit unit, but that's actually nice because I know a lot of the staff. So I like the familiarity part of it. So it was a pretty straightforward process. Paige was here during the day, and then she went home. A lot easier being admitted on a scheduled basis than being admitted on an emergency basis like I was before. So let's see, as far as new and interesting things go, let's see, the big new exciting thing was, so you got me on a loading dose of medication that's 2 hours, and then another one that's 22 hours. And then they follow it with another one. They will be doing a spinal puncture while I'm here. I think that's Wednesday, so I have that to look forward to. The big thing that was interesting today was because I'm on lots of steroids, my blood sugar went up. So they checked me. They're actually treating me for diabetes. So I've never been diabetic before in my life, never had a finger stick, never had insulin, but had a finger stick, had a unit of insulin today. So that's another little hazard that comes along with it. There's a word we use in the hospital called iatrogenic, or I've heard it pronounced iatrogenic, even though it's spelled with an I. And it's hospital-based illnesses, kind of like MRSA is a hospital-based illness. So because of the steroids, I may be diabetic, much like some women when they're pregnant become diabetic because of the pregnancy. And then when they're not pregnant, they're not diabetic anymore. I'm hoping that's the case. I hope I don't pick up diabetes as part of this whole mess. I got enough issues going on without that. The good news is that the medication seems to be tolerated. I've had it before. So far, not a big deal on that. So some old medications came off, some new ones came on. But by and large, it was this is so far, day one of this was a whole lot easier than my previous admission. The other reason it's easier is here's the port. Can't really see it that well. It's right here under the bandage. It's a little plastic disc with a mesh on it, and all the needles go in here. So I don't have any IVs in my arms. They still do blood draws out of the arms, but that's with a butterfly, so that's real little. So 90% of my traffic goes right in here now. You still feel this, although they had the lady who I think is the best draw in the place today do me today, which was great. She's effortless, so you're like in and out of there. I was very nervous after passing out last time, and the port is still very sensitive because I just got it 4 days ago. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 5 days ago, Monday. So still very sensitive. So it's a hard place to hit, but I think that's kind of over. So that takes a lot of the mess out of it. However, a port only holds one line. If you have a central line, which is what I had before, it can have 3 little doohickeys hanging out of it, so they can hook 3 things up to you. This is only one, so they have to piggyback it. So a port, as much as they make it sound like, oh, you're going to get a port and then you're never going to get poked again, is not true. Your blood draws will still come out of your hands or your arms, which again aren't a big deal if they're a butterfly. And they either have to piggyback when you're on multiple meds at the same time, because this is only a one avenue thing. They can't put a bunch of things in there. So learned that one today, a little smarter than yesterday. Got my grading done for school, which I'm ecstatic about. There's a bunch of incompletes, so I have plenty of work to do yet, but that's okay. My stuff is done. My stuff is in. That's all that really matters from my perspective. And So now I can get moving on whatever the next thing is I'm going to deal with, but it's probably going to be sleep. Trying to think if anything else really happened. It was actually a pretty nonchalant day considering the admission. So I think today and tomorrow are going to be pretty easy. I have that puncture to look forward to, but I've had two of these things. I've survived both of them. So, not to let my head go anywhere. Interesting. And again, lots of talking with people, a lot of connection with the supports, a lot of talking with the nurses here. I met with a doctor as well and got a little bit more of a background on it. So I'm pretty calm. I'm in a good place. I think I'm going to just keep it the way it is. So tomorrow looks like more of the same. So I'm going to sign off early. All the best, and I will catch up with you again tomorrow. Peace out.